Hello everyone, this is eXish, and today we're going to get on the subject of catchphrase. So Catchphrase is a module based off of the TV game show Catchphrase. It has a giant display on it, a very colorful background as well, and this display has four different colored tiles. Some of them may be the same, some might be different. Below it, you'll have a keypad for inputting values, which show up on the input display on the right side, which has a clear button below it that clears the screen, and a submit button, which submits the number that's in the display. In order to diffuse or disarm this module, you need to input the correct number into that display and press submit. And that number is the product of about five different numbers, so essentially five different numbers multiplied together. And in order to find out what these numbers are, you need to remove the colored panels that are on the display screen, because there'll be numbers just kind of floating behind the screen. Once you feel like you have all the numbers, then you can input it. You don't even have to remove all the tiles if you know all the numbers. There's usually five, but if you do need to remove all of them, that it's important to go through the steps that we're about to go through. And in fact, to even start, you're going to need to do that as well. There will be letters behind this, along with the numbers behind these tiles, but those letters are just decoys. So you may be wondering how in the world you remove the tiles then to get these numbers. There's a little bit of a process you have to go through. First things first, you're going to want the serial number for this module for sure. So I have it on display, but I'm just going to take it down. So now we're going to attempt to diffuse this one here. Essentially, the idea is that you want to press these tiles at a specific timer, like at a specific time for the last seconds digit. And it will tell you that in this table here on the manual. And then there's also a specific order you have to press those tiles in too. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually attempt to solve this module here now that I've explained how you're supposed to essentially how the module works and what you need to do to disarm it. So let's attempt to do it. First thing we're going to do is actually get the digit we need here on the left side to figure out which row we need to use for each panel. And in order to calculate this digit, you have three rules right here. So the first one is to calculate, to convert all letters into the serial, letters of the serial number into their alphabetical positions. So basically we can ignore the numbers. We can get rid of the numbers. And then we want their alphabetical positions. I should have brought this up earlier. I always do this whenever I'm solving modules as I take up the site. So S is 19, U is 21, Z is 26, of course, and T is 20. Now that you have those, you have to sum them all together and then add the number of lit indicators on the bomb. So we're going to sum these and then add 1 because we do have a lit TRN. So I have my calculator here too. Just going to add these all together real quick. That gives you a total of 87. So what you then want to do is you want to modulo it by 10, and this gives you the digit that you need, which in our scenario, we end up having 7. So this means we're going to end up using this row right here for the time presses of the last digit of the timer. So the first panel, for example, that we calculate we need to press will be at when the last seconds digit is at a 4, so like right now. And then second one, and so on, so on. And in order to figure out which of these panels is the first one we need to press, we then go down here. So you're going to need to know the panel colors as well. So if we take a look here for the first panel, if all panels are a unique color, press a red panel. We do not have, not all of them are a unique color here. 2 of them are the exact same. Otherwise, if there is at least one empty port plate on the bomb, there is not an empty port plate. If there is a green panel present, there is not. If there are more than 4 batteries on the bomb, yes there are, then press a green panel. We don't have a green panel though. If a green panel is not present, press the top right panel. So the top right is our first panel. Second panel, if the first correct panel was red or green, it's top right, which means it's orange, right? So that's definitely not the case here. If the first correct panel was in the top left, no, it was not. If the first correct panel was purple or in the bottom right, no, it was not. Otherwise, press a green panel. If the green panel is not present, press a red panel. If a red panel is not present, press the bottom right panel. Move on to the third panel now. The remaining 2 panels, so keep in mind here we would have just removed these 2 right panels here, so we have 2 on the left now. 2 remaining panels are in the top, nope. If the 2 remaining panels are on the left, yes they will be. And different colors, yes they will be, then press the bottom left panel. And that's our third, and the fourth one is assumed to be the top left because it's the only one we haven't gone through. So now we have all the information we need to get rid of these tiles. So let's go ahead and try this. So our first one is going to be the top right one when the timer is a 4. Let's try it. There you go. And you can already see 3 numbers right there. That's very good. The second one is the bottom right one when the timer has a last digit has a 0. Yep, I can already see a 4th number now. We're just looking for the 5th one. I have a feeling that might be it right there, and it might be another 4, but let's just keep looking. Bottom left is going to be at 8. Yes. Oh, look at that. It was an 8. Okay, this is why it's useful to do this sometimes. So our 5th one is hidden behind here. And that's going to be at times 6. And there you go. No, that was an N. See, this is why it's useful to do it. And you do end up getting 5 numbers. So like we said before, you're going to want to multiply these all by each other. So 9 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 4. And you will get 12,096. Let's enter that in. Remember to include the 0 in there. And there you go. That is Catchphrase. Alrighty, sorry about the cut, guys. I was going to do another one, just in case you didn't understand it the first time, and I still am, but I tried doing it on the same bomb, and then I realized, like, halfway through it that if I had the same serial number, I wouldn't get to go through that again. So I've just generated a completely brand new bomb here, and hey, look, we got 4 completely different colored tiles. That's nice. So let's get started with doing this whole process again. So starting off with these rules again at the top, we want to convert all the letters of the serial number into equivalent digits, so they're position digits. I'll write down the serial number first here, and then we'll get to that. And of course, we want to get rid of the numbers that are already there. They are not useful in this scenario, at least for this module. And so we have E is 5, V is 22, G is 7, and F is 6. Go back. It says also that the sum of these numbers of the serial number need to have the indicators added on as well. So it looks like we have 3 this time. That's a lot of indicators. And so once we sum all this together, we will get 43. In case I didn't explain it better last time, this last rule, which says to modulo it by 10, essentially just means you're going to take the remainder left after you divide this by 10. So of course, if you were to divide this by 10, wouldn't you get something like 4? It wouldn't be some sort of decimal number, right? But you have a 3 here, and after you do the division, you'll end up getting a 3 as a remainder. That's not what so that just lets you this modulo essentially is just saying take the remainder. So I just like to cut off anything past here if it's modulo 10 because it simply just means that it's going to be 3. So moving on from there. Now we know we have to use row 3. So let's select that. Those will be the times for our panel presses again. Now we have to figure out which panels to press in what order. So the first one is if all panels are unique color, press a red panel. We don't have a red panel though, so if a red panel is not present, press the top left. So that'll be our first one. The first correct panel was red or green. No, it's not. Otherwise, if the first correct panel was top left, yes it was, press an orange panel. So we're going to be pressing the bottom right. Move down here now for the third one. If the 2 remaining panels, alright, so top left has been pressed, bottom right's been pressed, they're across from each other now. Are at the top. If 2 remaining ones are at the top, nope. 2 remaining are on the left, nope. Right, or bottom, and then right, nope. Otherwise, press the first panel in this sequence. So essentially, you have to read these off in order, and the first one that accounts is the thing that is your third panel. So, have any reds? No. The top left one? Nope, that one's been pressed already. Blue, that's also been pressed already. Bottom left. That's our third, and so therefore our last one is the top right. So let's start removing these panels. Top left is first, and this is when the digit is 9. Perfect. Second one is when the timer has a 3 and the second one's bottom right. Perfect. And the next one is bottom left, which is when the timer has a 4. The last one is top right when it has an 8. There we go. So our 5 numbers are 8, 9, 5, 3, 6. Let's go ahead and plug these into our calculator. 8 times 9 times 5. And I mess it up. Great for me. 8 times 9 times 5 times 3 times 6 gives us 6480. Alrighty, and that is how you solve catchphrase. If this still wasn't descriptive enough for you, you still have questions, I'll leave my Discord in the description below and you can contact me there. I'll gladly help you out with this module or any other module that I may possibly know. If you don't know, I am the creator of Equations X. I can definitely try to help you out with that, or if you have spotted a bug, you can also report that to me too. So, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'm eXish, and I hope to see you in a later video. Bye-bye.